Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to our tutorial series. In this episode we're going to be starting out with our infraction system, and we're going to be creating the advanced ban command and connect it to our infraction system database. So in episode 11 we created the database, so if you haven't watched that episode, please go ahead and watch it, because we will be using the stuff that we created in that episode with this video. The infraction system is going to be basically a database of all the infractions that your members have gotten. Let's say you warn somebody or kick somebody, we're going to save all of that data inside of a database, and we're gonna pull it out later to check what infractions that member has if we need to further moderate down the road. So let's go ahead and sort out. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do is create our models folder inside of our main file. We're gonna create it and call it models, and then we're gonna create a new file inside of it and call it infractions.js. Now if you have watched episode 11 on how to set up your database, you should already know what this is, and now because we have the Mongoose package installed, what we did in 11, we're gonna require a couple of stuff from that package. So we're gonna leave the object empty and require from Mongoose, and what we're gonna be requiring is schema and model, and then a couple of lines under we're gonna type module.exports, and we're gonna assign the model name to be, let's see here, infractions. Then we're gonna create a new schema, so new schema inside of an object, and here is some information that we're gonna be putting inside of the database. So first of all, very important, is the guide ID is gonna be string, and then the user ID is also gonna be string. Now with the warn data, for later on, how to say it, when we create our warnings commands again, we're going to be using the warning data array, so we're going to create as an array, and then ban data is going to be also an array, kick data also an array, and last but not least the mute data, it's also going to be an array. So this is what we're going to be doing inside of this series. So in this episode we're going to be creating our ban data with our ban command, and later on the episode we're going to be creating the warnings, kicks, and mute data. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. We're done with this file. Now we go ahead and create our command folder. So inside of the moderation we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call it ban.js, and it's going to be a long file. So let's go ahead and start out by requiring a couple of stuff from the Discord package. So we're going to leave the object empty, and then we're going to require from the Discord .js data. Excuse my voice guys, your boy got COVID, so I'm not feeling that well. So command interaction and message embed, that's what we're going to be requiring from the Discord package. And then we're going to require the database, so const dp equals to require //models / infractions. That's it. Now here we're gonna model.exports. The name of the command is obviously gonna be ban. Description, you can set it to be whatever you want. Description bans the target, for example. The perms is very important. We did our permission handling in one of our permission slash commands handler videos. So if you go to our what's called events, interaction create, no, actually the handler, sorry, we can see that I've set the perms to be in lowercase p this time, and I think in the episode I made it uppercase p. Either way, doesn't matter, whatever you have it, you can put it over here. I'm gonna make the permissions ban members. Don't forget the commas over here and over here, and then here we're gonna create the options inside of an array. The first option is gonna be, obviously, let's create a template like we usually do. Type, or actually I would like the description to be under the name. Description. Let's remove this. This should be type, not tio, and then it's gonna be required set to true. And now that we have created our template, we can just copy this and paste it down there. We're gonna be creating 3 options. Don't forget the commas. Alright, the first type is gonna be user, and the name of it is gonna be member. The description is select a member. to ban. And now for the second option is going to be reason, and the description is going to be provide a reason for this ban. And now the last option is the messages, how many messages. So if you go to the Discord, for example, let's say we want to ban somebody, we're going to get here the delete message history, 24 hours, 7 days, or don't delete any. So we're going to do something like that. So in the description, you can type here, select number of days to delete messages for. It's going to be from 0 to 7. And for the reason it's going to be string, guys. Don't forget about putting the type. So string. And for the message it's going to be number. Right, here we're going to execute. We're going to execute the client and interaction. And then here we're going to create our parameters so we can get auto-corrected. And interaction, just like this. And now inside of this code block or code object, whatever you want to call it, we're going to grab a couple of stuff from our objects from the interaction object. So we're going to type const guide. We're going to grab the guide and the member from the interaction. This is how we grab objects from what you call it, a father or mother object. Either way, here we're going to define the target. So const target equals to interaction dot options dot get. We're gonna get member. We're gonna get it from the member option. And now here for the reason, so const reason equals to interaction dot options dot get string. We're gonna get it from reason. And last but not least, the messages. So const messages, or we can type const amount equals to interaction dot options dot get number. We're gonna get it from the messages. Pretty simple so far. Now we're gonna create our template embed. So we type const. So we only use one embed and edit it throughout this whole, because we're gonna be sending a lot of messages. So const response equals to new message embed. We're gonna set the color to be red. We're gonna set the author to be ban master, for example, and the icon is gonna be guide.icon URL. You can set it to be dynamic, but I don't care if it's a GIF or not. You see how we didn't type interaction.guides? It's because we already grabbed the guide from the interaction object, so that's why it's useful. And now we leave the description empty because we're gonna be checking. I'm gonna show you now. So first off, we need to check if the target ID is the same as the interaction.user.id. We're gonna return a message saying that you cannot ban yourself. So if target.id is equal with the member.id. You see, I didn't type interaction.member because I already grabbed the member object from the interaction. We're gonna create an object, and then here we're gonna type response.set description, and let's put an error emoji, for example. Let's see here, error emoji. We're gonna type you cannot ban yourself, and then here we're gonna return with the interaction.reply embeds, and we're gonna pass in that embed inside of this embed array. Pretty simple and straightforward for now. And now here we're gonna do another check. So we're gonna check if the if I am the user of the interaction guide have a lower role than who I'm trying to ban, then I'm gonna send an error saying that you cannot ban somebody with a superior role. Shout out to Jatoro for pointing this out. So here we're gonna type if target.roles.highest position. Is that how you type position? I'm pretty sure. And now we're gonna create an error, member.roles.highest.position. And now we're gonna create a code block, and we can copy this and paste it over here and change the description. We can type you cannot ban someone with a superior. Is that how you type superior? Nope, superior role, just like this. And now we're gonna check another thing. We're gonna check if the target member has the permissions, or has the permission of the same permission that we have set this command to be. Then we're gonna return a message saying that you cannot ban somebody with that permission. So if target.permissions.has, and here we're gonna pass in this .perms. This perms means the value of this name. Then we're gonna create a code block, and we're gonna type we can copy paste this. Excuse my voice, guys, I'm very sick. And here we're gonna type, you can actually let's make this backticks just like this. You cannot ban someone with this permission. And now we can style it a little bit like this. Alright, now we're gonna check if the message amount, so like you see here, it can only be from 0 to 7. So we're gonna check if the number provided is more than 7. We're gonna return a message saying that you cannot do that. Basically, if amount equals to, or actually higher than 7, then let's copy and paste this and type you let's see, the number of days to delete messages cannot exceed, here we go, 0 to 7, sorry, 0 to 7, and we can make this quote instead of the backticks. Alright, so now we're done with the checks actually. So now we're gonna send a message to that target, like when somebody gets banned, they will wanna know why they got banned for. So we're gonna send a message to that target saying that you got banned for this reason. So here we're gonna type target.send embeds, and here we're gonna create our second embed for the whole file. So new message embed. We're gonna set the color of it to be red. We're gonna set the author to be the same over here. Where is the author? Let's take this, paste it over here, and we're gonna set the description. So set description to be, you have been banned for let's say reason. Alright, and that should be it for the target send. Now if we couldn't send the message, we're gonna type dot catch. Alright, and then we're gonna console, let's see here, console.log could not send the ban notice to target.user.tag, and that should be it for this. And now here we're gonna type interaction, or we're gonna actually copy the response from over here, and here we're gonna type let's see, we're gonna change this to backticks. So here we're gonna type target has been banned for, here we're gonna provide the reason, and let's style it again just like this. And now we're gonna go down one more line and type interaction dot reply the embeds. We're gonna pass in the response embed, and this should be it for the response. Now we're gonna go down a couple of lines, and here we're gonna play with the database. So we're gonna check, so dp.find1, and the guile id is obviously gonna be let's see here, guile.id, and then user id is gonna be the same as the target.id, and then we're gonna async error data, and then we're gonna create an error function, and then here we're gonna check if error, we're gonna throw the error, and we're gonna check if there isn't data, so if exclamation mark data, or if there isn't data dot ban data, I think we named it. We're gonna create a new data, so we're gonna type data equals new dp, and here we're gonna pass in the guide id to be the same as the guide id over here, and then the same here with the user id. We can copy and paste it, and then we're gonna create an object array, so ban data, an array, and then object, and here we're gonna type executor id is equal to member.id, and then executor, let's put a command here so we remove this error, executor tag equals to member dot user dot tag, and then target id, it's gonna be target dot id, and then target tag equals to target dot user dot tag, and then here we're gonna type the amount equals to amount, or we can type this to be messages equals to amount, and then reason equals to reason, and the date. Now here we're gonna type parse n, just like this, interaction dot created timestamp divided by 1000. I'm gonna show you why this is very cool, so I'm gonna show you why later on. Alright, so now we're gonna go down here and we're gonna type else. So if there is data, then we're gonna create a new object. So const ban data object equals to new object. Let's do it like this. Alright, and now here we're gonna just copy this and paste it over here, and then we're gonna go down one more line and we're gonna type data dot ban data dot push, and here we're gonna push the ban data object, and then we're gonna go down one more line over here and we're gonna type data dot save, so we can save the database. Alright, and this should be the end of it. Alright, here we're gonna type target dot ban, and here we're gonna actually ban the target. So days is gonna be amount. Let's see here, let's put it together, amount, and then reason is gonna be reason. We can put a space here, why not? So, and then what we're gonna do is gonna dot catch. So if an error happens, catch, we're gonna catch the error. Then we're gonna console.log the error. Very simple. Let's see, let's close this line. And now, yeah, if you want to send a message to a certain channel, let's say, for example, let's see our Discord. If you look at the entrance, we have banned people before. Let's see here, like for this, for example, where I tried the command. If you want to send a message like this, it's pretty simple. You go ahead and type, for example, response dot set description. I'm gonna set the description to be target has been banned for let's see here, reason. Alright, and then we're gonna go down one more line and type guide dot channels dot cache dot get. We're gonna get the channel by channel ID. So let's go ahead and copy that channel ID just like this, and we're gonna dot send embeds, and we're gonna send the response embed. And if you want to log it in a log channel, like for this example, this ban logs, we're gonna copy the ID of it, and we're gonna do the same. So guide dot channels dot cache dot get dot send embeds. Let's see, is it the right one? Yeah, embeds. It's gonna be response. Yeah, and this should be actually it for our. So let's error handle. Let's see if any errors. So node dot, let's see over here. So I was getting this error because I already had the database created with that name. So infractions data, I changed the name of it to be infraction data over here. You don't have to do that because I'm pretty sure you didn't have that same name in another database. So we're gonna run the bot, and like you see here, logged, and the client is now connected to the database. So if you go to the Discord, for example, let's go ahead and ban somebody. So, or let's actually try to ban myself. So ban leaks whatever. It's gonna return a message saying that you cannot ban yourself. Now ban, let's for example say Josh. He's an admin. So let's see over here, you cannot ban someone with a ban member's permission because he's admin, he has that permission. And now let's say ban, for example, this my alt, I don't know how. The message is gonna be 9, for example. Now it's gonna say the number of this to delete message cannot exceed this number. Now let's do it all correctly. So ban, I don't know how, hello messages for like 1 day. Alright, now we can see that we have banned that user. It sent it 2 messages because I was in the ban logs channel. But either way, if we go to the entrance now, we should see that I don't know has been banned for hello. And now if we go to the we can see here that we didn't get a message, and if you look at the console log here, could not send a ban notice, I don't know how, because sometimes people have it disabled that you cannot send them messages if you don't share a Discord with them. So so that's that. And if we now go to our database, let's refresh it. Inside of our collections, we should see infractions data. Inside one of the objects, we're gonna see here the user ID GalLD, and it's created the warn data kick mute. And let's see the ban. We have one element. If you go inside of it, we can see the fields. So the executor is me, the target is I don't know how, the message is 1, reason hello, and the dates. Should be date. Let's see over here to the ban. It should be date, not data. You can change that. So yeah, and it should be done. This is how you set up your most advanced ban command inside of our infraction system. Stay tuned for future episode about the kick, warnings, and everything regarding the infraction system. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next episode.